Happy Thursday. Welcome. How is everybody doing? Music's a little loud for me. So, today, I'm going to be chilling, just relaxing a little bit. Not feeling the best today, but we have UVs to do. So, welcome to my fresh hell. Hope everybody's having a good week so far, but I'm going to go ahead and just get started working because I haven't been able to do much on this the past couple of days. I'm also out of tiles. So let's fix that here. Come here. Go boop. And do I need that many? Yeah, that's fine. Keep working out that way. Okay, cool. Remivio? Remviro. Hi, what's up? I'm sure I just butchered your name and I'm sorry. Alright, so select similar. Hello. Alright, cool. I had issues with my select similar not working earlier, and I have fixed it, which is nice. It's quite nice. Anybody working on anything cool tonight? You guys doing any like personal projects? You guys just chilling, watching movies, playing games? What's everybody got on the docket tonight? My name is Remy. It's okay. Good luck with TV. Thank you. Appreciate it. I will try to remember to call you Remy. I will probably forget because I'm terrible with names, but I will at least try. Alright, let's go ahead and cop that over. Let's make sure that's actually working because I had some weird issues. I updated the last version of this and I was having some weirdness, but it looks like it's good now. So, complete, show, unfold. Should have my old texel density. It do. Okay. I'm going to temporarily do this, so we're going to pop that up there. So I'm going to start the wings up here. This is going to be kind of how I do this. Let's go one more. So this won't be the final layout, obviously, but this is going to be... Oh, God, I just hit W. What's up, Sarah? Thanks for the alert. Alright, let's move you up here. Okay, so we have you and you. Is there... Yeah, there's no distortion on that, so we don't really need to worry about it then. Let's see how much I can fit on one shell here, or one tile. Okay. Did you get the colored UV version on Maya? Is it an add-on? No, this is just a file I downloaded, so you can use here, I'll show you in just a second here. Let me just get that put where it needs to be. So if you go to this thing, give me a second here. I despise that song and I need to delete it. Okay, so check this out. So what you can do is you can do UV generate on Google. It should be like the first thing that comes up. Oh, hold on, UV map generator. You can do this UV checker map maker thing, and then this is how I make them. So these are pretty customizable. You could do quite a lot of them, and I just make them and then download them because they're super helpful. So yeah, that's the tool I use to get those. You're streaming earlier. I'm not staying. It's 2:33. No problem. Yeah, I decided to go live tonight. I'm probably going to stream a little bit later tonight just so I can get this done. But I'll be around. 2:33 a.m. That's crazy. Go to bed. Get some sleep. Alright, so this one, I've already decided I'm going to cut in half at the bottom here. Not exactly in half, but pretty close. See, making them this way is saving me so much time. Why does my Siri keep triggering? Go away. Is this software just for UV? Yes, it is. This is called Rhizome. So if you guys are unfamiliar with Rhizome, they make software purely for UV unwrapping. I don't know what I did there, but that sucks. So this is what I use for my UVs. I find it's faster. It's kind of based on the same technology that Maya uses, so it's really not like a major difference, but I do find that this handles larger UV sets a little bit better. Not a fan of like how bogged down Maya gets when you start doing multiple. Select that, go there. All right. Give me a quick suggestion. I'm learning modeling in Maya, so should I start to learn Substance Painter side by side, or should I stick to Photoshop? I would get used to the process of modeling inside of Maya first, make a couple models, and then decide, and play with like Maya's materials and stuff, and then move on to Substance Painter. It can be kind of overwhelming to start both of them, so I would for sure take it a little bit slow on that one. Do like 3 or 4 models in Maya and then pull them into Substance Painter and start texturing them. Why didn't that, oh, that's weird. There we go. Let's see. Subs is Game Traver. Subs is, oh yeah. Yes, I think I'm going to start Substance. Yeah, it's still a good tool to learn as well. Software just for Rhizome. Yeah, it's called Rhizome UV. Legit one of my favorite pieces of software. And you actually own it when you buy it, so that's a big plus. You're welcome. Oh, damn it. Wasn't paying attention to what I was doing there. Yeah, Substance is for sure like a must learn. Like, definitely learn it. You don't have to be the greatest at it in the world, but definitely learn it. Texel density. Damn it. Okay, hold on. I hit the wrong button. My brain is for sure not functioning properly today. There we go. I need to turn that off. Turn off that tag. Okay. Let's see what we're working with. What is the model for? This is just portfolio piece. Just a personal project. Haven't heard of it, but it looks really cool. I love Rhizome. You should definitely give it a shot if you have not seen it or played with it. I do have a basics tutorial on my YouTube. I need to do like a more advanced Rhizome tutorial because I think it's probably time. Okay, so that's this one. That should be the bottom half. Yeah, it is. Okay. Alright, so let's figure out how to finagle these in here. If it'll even be possible. Should be. Ooh, almost. Let's see. I can always... Let's see. Oh, perfect. I'm so happy with that. All right. Hell yeah. Okay. Did you use Marmoset for rendering? So no, I didn't. I usually use Arnold. Now that I have a different GPU though, I'd be interested to play with Rhizome or not Rhizome, Marmoset again. The reason I didn't use Marmoset is because my old GPU had 8 gigs of memory, and it's just not enough for Marmoset. Marmoset's super cool, great program, but it eats video memory just like it's candy. So that's why I don't usually use it. I'd like to use it though. It's so cheap too. Like, it's really honestly a nice piece of software. The projects I've used it for, though, I did enjoy, so it is a cool tool. But yeah, usually anything I do is in Arnold. All right, let's take a look at you. Select your buddy over here. See, the nice thing is that it makes selecting objects based off of symmetry just so much easier. And so I don't have to worry about like finagling trying to get the thing to apply the UV cuts to the other object. It just does it for me. Which, as somebody who hates UVing, it's a big plus. Streaming earlier today. Yeah, I decided to go live because I wasn't doing anything. Are you going to rig it too or just rendering? I do plan on rigging it. I don't know how instantaneous it'll be. I have like 3 other projects that I want to do, and I have another one that I need to finish. So focus is going to shift. After this project is complete, focus is going to shift to that one so I can knock it out. And then I have another project that I'm going to be starting that's going to be based on YouTube videos. So I'm trying to like spin up some long form content on the channel again, get that rolling. Yeah, just a lot to plan, lots to do. What's up, Zach? How you doing, man? I'm doing all right. I might be getting sick, maybe, possibly. I don't really know. It also could be the fact that it's just dry as hell here. Why you no worky? Oh, you know why? Hold on. Oh, yeah, that's why. There we go. Not worth getting into? What do you mean? What's not worth getting into? Ow. Oh, you're saying like how you're feeling? Hopefully that improves, man. It's never fun. Okay, so we can mark you guys as done. The thing I like about Rhizome is you can tag stuff. So like all of this stuff is tagged as complete, and then I can sort by it. And you can also group things. You can tell I'm really good at grouping things. I've done 1 group so far. You go up here, and you go over here. Let's figure out how to shove these in here so they don't take up a ton of space. Oh, we're saving. I was feeling meh, and it's not worth going into right now. No, that's fair. That's fair. I hope you start feeling better, man. Definitely don't wanna pry. But hopefully you get to chill a little bit tonight. Anyways, I know this is good for hard surface, but what about characters? Yeah. So Rhizome, check this out. Actually, there's a really cool artist. I forget his name. I follow him, but he's usually featured on their site. Let's see. Where are you? So it does characters really well, and I've watched a lot of people do characters with it. Let's see, virtual spaces. They usually feature his art, which is why I'm looking. I can't remember his name. But yeah, I mean, they use it for everything. Like it's pretty heavily used. It's well worth learning. I tried getting into it a long time ago, and I couldn't figure it out. And then this time I like sat down and like dedicated a ton of time learning it. But super worth it. Saves a lot of time. Its tools are much more robust too. I think they have. Do they have like a library of like? Let's see. They used to have like a showcase. I don't think they have a showcase anymore. Yeah, I wish I could find it, but yeah, super worth it. It's worth giving it a shot. Plus, you know, once you buy it, you own it. So that was the biggest like benefit for me. Where's my transforms? Oh, there they are. The only thing I'm not a massive fan about is their latest update loads everything over here in like a tab, and so it gets really confusing sometimes. Like, I know you can close them, but I'm like, I don't necessarily want that. Looks like Maya. Yeah, it does kind of look like Maya. I mean, they're both based off of the same Unwrap 3D technology, so I think there was like an agreement way back when, and they bought that like algorithm for it. I just find that, which in your case, I know it won't really matter because you don't do like heavy UDIM, like characters and creatures and stuff, but like it's not even struggling, and I'm already up to like 36 UDIM tiles, something like that. And it's handling it just fine. Whereas like in Maya, sometimes Maya gets a little bogged down with that. What's up, Stigma? How you doing? What's up, Crix? What's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, I recommend anyone give Rhizome a try. Like, it's got a free 30-day trial. Well worth it. Unwrap your unwrap your Digimon with it. I'm doing good. How are you? I'm doing good. I have some sort of weird cold that I'm not sure is a cold yet, but yeah. That's why I'm all like low today, because I'm like sitting in my chair like a broken shrimp. Got my humidifier running on full blast. I will try. I will try to feel better. But how are you, Stiggy? Crix, I'm doing good. How about you? I'm doing good. I'm doing all right. I'm going to stream for as long as I can. I want to finish this. I want to get this damn thing out of UV. So, like, the plan was to texture tonight, but I didn't have time to finish the UV this week, so. I got a lot of it done, though, over the past couple of days. Also, just check. Did you see the... No. Hold on. What happened? Wait. Is that today? What day? Not super important. Just a heads up. In general? In general. Okay. Oh, I saw. Okay, yeah, I saw the follow notification this morning. I was gonna ask you about that. That's cool. Yeah, I'll make sure I give her a follow back. That's exciting. Let's see. Any plans for the weekend? I don't think so. I hope not. I'd like to not have any plans for the weekend for once. I do want to couch rot. Which, if I have a cold, it will force me to couch rot. So that's, you know, that's a plus. Couch rot anyways. I know. It's just that we usually try to do stuff on the weekend, so. Just woke up and directly was here. That's a good way to start your morning. Oh, those are gigantic. All right. Also, thanks guys for making that reel blow up on Instagram. I didn't think it would do that well, but it's pretty damn funny. I actually had to mute it because like my phone won't shut up. I can no longer keep up with the comments. It's too much fun. Was the pulse rifle I was making, the modeling the most done. I had to bevel the hard edges, fix cement guns, had to skip the gym, but we'll go this evening. We're going famous. We're going famous. I don't know if I'm going to get famous off of it, but I don't know. What's it at so far? It's always funny when this happens because it's just like, it's so random when one blows up like this. 530,000. It's fun because like normally like I can keep up with comments and like talk with everybody. But eventually, when you get a reel that does that, um, it turns into like its own self-supporting environment. And so like you no longer have to worry about like engaging with people because everybody's engaging with themselves and making jokes, and like it's just really funny to watch. I always enjoy it when that happens because it's like I was just shit posting, but I'm happy that, people are seeing it, and it's it's been good. It's been funny. There's been some good jokes. Because remember, social media is not serious. Not at all. Which software are you using for unwrapping? This is called Rhizome. So this is the tool that I primarily use for UV unwrapping. I'm gonna keep you and BG and start working and listening only. That's okay. Enjoy. I'm glad to be in your ear. Alright, so this is the wing. Let's select that other guy and go boomy. Alright, and I thought Stiggy... Let's see, I didn't want you to think it was a troll or anything. No, you're good. I figured something was... I figured, like, you were creating, like, some sort of, like, extra account, but I figured it was coming from your end of things, so that's cool. Alright, so let's figure out how I want to do this. I'm thinking we're going to go right down the middle and right down the back. Let's just cut it clean in half and see what happens. Is there a reason you're not doubling up UVs to save space? Yep, because I want as much texture resolution as possible, and I don't stack unless I absolutely have to. For models like this, I don't necessarily care about like optimizing it, especially because like the stuff that I do isn't for a game engine. You bet I'll probably throw this into Unreal Engine just to see how it does, but I tend to focus more on like VFX heavy workflows instead of like game optimized workflows. Why didn't that work? Hello? Yeah, so if you ever look at, take a look at like some of the models you see coming out of like VFX heavy shoots. For instance, the Spice Crawler in Dune, when I was talking with Andrew, he said that thing had something like 1,000 UDIM sets. So, totally depends on like what the actual like use case is. The transforms are backwards on that. That sucks. I thought I fixed that, didn't I? I must have missed that one. That's okay. It's not detrimental, it's just annoying. When you model, do you typically create separate objects and then combine them, or do you like to extrude them? So with this one, yeah, everything was a separate object. Or everything was one chunk, and then I started cutting pieces off of it, basically. I don't really know if that was the best workflow, in my opinion, because like it ended up causing me a lot more grief than it did like save me time. So yeah, I would try your own thing and see how that works. This one's going to be fun to fit in here. Let's try this. Do it for me. Okay, hold on a second. Oh, accuracy, box, margin, padding, extra, base scale, equalize, keep the texel density, lay it out. Let's see. Came here to confirm 1K, 1 with 3 zeros. 1K what? Yeah, 1,000. Yeah. I would show you a picture if I had one, but that's what he was telling me. Why are you not keeping the scale? Alright, so let's see. This is why I always do this myself. Honestly though, I can adapt that one a little bit. Just to give myself some wiggle room. It's always a good idea, though. It's just as pre-rendered assets don't usually require the same amount of optimization as real-time. Exactly. Yeah, that's kind of the big thing. Is like I don't really do real-time stuff. I like to play with it. Like, don't get me wrong, but my current focus is definitely like pre-rendered assets. That's why I do stuff like this, because I don't know, it's fun. Let's see. So the trouble I'm having with modeling is wrapping my head around how to make the separate objects look coherent. Okay, so check this out. I show this to a lot of people because this is kind of like, this is a really good breakdown. You can find his art on ArtStation, but let's see, my collections. So this guy did a mentorship with Andrew Hodgson, which, you know, he's a heavy hard surface modeler, and I like to show his work because this breakdown breaks down everything he did to model this, and stuff like this is so rare to find that I highly recommend taking a look at Carlos's stuff, because like the way he handled this model is absolutely gorgeous, and it kind of shows you the different paneling workflow and how he broke things apart. So very cool way of doing it. Definitely check that out, because if you're having issues with like cohesiveness, this whole article will help you kind of like figure out how to work through that. Were they using NASA's PC to run it? No, I mean, you have to remember that like did ILM do Dune, or was that Weta? Who did Dune? No, it was DNEG. Sorry, DNEG. You have to understand, like, those companies have massive render farms, so like they can handle the hit when it comes to those large texture loads, and especially with like a hero asset like that, it's going to happen. So they have the computing hardware to do it. You have to remember, like, your favorite movies are not rendered on one PC. They're rendered on hundreds, if not thousands, in one data center. So when we talk about a render farm, you know, you have one large server stack, which has probably 10 to 15 computers inside that server stack, which are linked together with super high-speed cables. That is how that kind of works and how they get away with such high-resolution detail. It's the same kind of thing with, like, Transformers. Those models are huge, and their texture libraries are huge, and so all of that information gets pumped into a system where you have hundreds of computers rendering each frame, instead of just, you know, one little single PC. But it's also why you can't necessarily open that asset on one little PC. So a lot of the times when you're talking about like VFX, right, there's a proxy asset that gets used. So that proxy is what is animated and worked with. It's usually like a low polygon kind of like filler. And then when they get ready to send off the render, that's when they turn the high poly asset back on with all the texture files and everything. That's what gets sent off. So a little bit of a kind of a preview into like how that works. Thank you so much. I'll definitely check it out. Yeah, of course. I don't know why these got jacked up the way they did, but it's okay. I'm so excited to get this in the Substance Banner. You guys have no idea. I'm going to have to go back and flip that one. Let me mark that. Let's see. Tag is... No, group. Where are you? Where'd you go? There you are. Put that as red. Let's see. Oh, I always forget how to change the fucking color on these. Yeah, I forgot to change the color on that. I'll have to look that up again. It's been a minute. Alright, cool. So that's fine. I'll group anything else that has that reversed. If you guys are curious, what's happening here basically is that this still has negative transforms. So because this object was mirrored from this side to this side, when I cleared the transforms, for whatever reason, it didn't keep it, or it didn't actually clear them. So that's why. Sorry, my nose is itchy. Alright, so let's work on some of these little greebles here. We're going to select everything. See how many of those it grabs. It grabs all of... Oh, that's actually not... Okay, hold on. Don't grab that. It should only grab those 4, which is fine. Okay. I love that so much. Alright. Just do enough to release some of that tension. What's up, Lucas? Good morning. How are you doing? I'm live on Twitch, right? I didn't even check. Yeah, okay, I am. Well, I know I checked YouTube and Instagram, but like I wasn't sure about Twitch. Alright, let's look at you. Focus. Unwrap. How'd you do? Beautiful. I can give it a little bit more freedom there. There we go. Cuts down the distortion a little bit more. Alright, and then you're going to apply to everybody else and your friends. Oh, I left my trash can in my garage. That's okay. I need to drink water. Dehydrated. Alright. Anybody working on anything cool tonight? You guys got any projects you're working on? Texel density. Uh-oh, what is that? Oh, I only selected half of it. JK. Texel density. Okay, show. Alright. Yep, thanks for reminding for hydration. You are welcome. I find that I do not drink nearly enough water, so. Middle Greymon, starting to refine shapes. Hell yeah. That's exciting. Oh, dude, I was on, was it Facebook earlier? Yeah, Facebook. And, is it Tommy Toys? I think it was Tommy Toys. Announced that they're doing like a Zoid, like remaster thing where they're like remastering some of the old models that they did and they're selling them, and man, I'm so tempted to buy one. They're a little pricey, but I don't know, it'd be really nice to have one on my shelf somewhere. It's a nice little dose of nostalgia. Alright, these are all... That's alright. What is going on? Hold on a second. My phone keeps going off. Okay. Oh. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. I'm back. Oh god, I'm tangled. What's up, Sarav? How are you? Let's see, working on the pulse rifle. Nice. By the way, did you see the gun? I mean, I would love to see what you have to say. I think I did. Hold on. I was in Discord for a little bit, but I had to roll. Where'd you put it? Let's see, dude. Work in progress. Oh yeah, no, I did. It's looking pretty good so far, man. Yeah, it's looking pretty cool. Excited to see what else you do with it. Is that modeled off of something from like a game, or I don't know if that's from like something specific or if you're just kind of designing your own thing. Okay, Greeble time. Greeble. Just gonna grab any extra miscellaneous ones on the wings because it's kind of all I need. Alright, so let's see. I don't know if this will work or not, but it's worth a shot. Now I found this cool concept on Trent's server. Asked the artist to do it in 3D and they gave me a green light. Nice, super cool. And good job asking the artist for permission. I always love to see that. There's a lot of people that surprisingly don't do that, and I don't know. Like, to me, it's like a pet peeve. I'm like, just ask. Unless, of course, like it's impossible to ask. That's a little bit different, but just ask. Okay. Go. Let's see. Got the confirmation. Cool for yeah, definitely a win-win. All right, so that's moved off. Okay. All right, so that's good. Let's transfer that over. Tag is completed. That goes on that wing. That goes on that wing. What is that? Oh, shoot. Okay. I see what happened. Okay. A little confused there. Shoot. I had it. I had it and it's gone. There we go. All right. Check something real quick. Mm-hmm. Sweet. Okay. Greebles be done. So that takes care of the wings. So now I guess we can start working on the engine. Alright, so the wings are good. I'm going to put the engines over on this side. I think. It's the plan, maybe? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Wonder what happens if I just unfold that. Let's see what happens. How much distortion's on that? Really not much. Honestly, I might just... Yeah, I'm just going to do that. Keep it easy. What's up, Mr. Knight? How are you doing? Good, good. Good, good. Alright. Accelerator, yoop. Okay. So, I'm gonna do, let's see. I want that to... Honestly, that actually might kind of cut perfectly. So let's just try that. I'm going to do the same kind of thing up here and just let that unfold naturally. Yep, no distortion. Beautiful. We love that. Alright. I take it that is... Wait a minute. That's all reversed. That's interesting. I wonder why. It shouldn't be that way. Wait. Yep, that is right. Alright. Beautiful. All right, cool. Try to get as much of this faceplate on one tile as possible. Thankfully, these are all kind of modeled similarly, so it should just unfold really naturally. I'm glad these were some of the pieces that I'm glad I actually went back and redid. They would have caused much more headache than it was worth. Let's relieve a little bit of that right there. There we go. That's much better. Okay. You guys can't even hear my music. It was turned all the way down. Let's see. That explains why my last stream didn't have any issues with the music online. So density. All right. So show. All right. Sweet. That belongs there, so that's fine. Okay. Then this is another piece. Isolate. Oh. Hold on. This is why pre-planning when you're modeling is so useful, because it makes UVing so much simpler. Alright, so we got some pretty gnarly distortion right there. Cut that. Okay. Okay. Alright, sweet. So that's solid. Anybody got any cool plans for the weekend? You guys doing anything fun? Isolate. Oh, that got all jacked up. It's alright. Cut. Okay, let's unfold. Got a little bit of a pinch in there. Okay. just apply that to the other guy. Alright. This is nice though. So far this is letting me fit everything in this these two tiles. Let's see. Alright, so you go over here. See if I can just slip that in there. Maybe. Hey, perfect. Okay, cool. What is... Alright. So that's the front grate. I'm going to go ahead and just do these now. That way they're out of the way. Any like greebles on the front, I'm trying to keep everything on like one specific tile. I think that's everything on that one. So let's grab this guy real quick. Isolate. Want coffee right now? You want good coffee? Why can't you have coffee? It's morning. It's breakfast time. I would get the coffee. All right. Just cut that. Well, I was gonna say, where's the rest of my stuff? No plans for me. Hopefully, just get more modeling done. Nice. I lost my laptop charger, so I haven't been able to work on my couch for a while. But I bought a new one, so I can work on my couch again. Although I cannot do Substance Painter on my couch. No matter what I try, I cannot use that program with a mouse. Just does not work for me. Let's see, I just woke up. You should wait 60 to 90 minutes after waking up before having coffee. Andrew Huberman said it. He's a neurologist, and I trust him. He's wrong. No, I'm just kidding. He probably is right. Do I listen to that? Probably. I don't. Caffeine's the first thing I go for in the morning. I have heard that before, though. I'm just a sucker for caffeine. But I also don't drink much coffee anymore, so... I don't know, you guys coffee or tea? What do you think? How many of you guys are tea and how many of you guys coffee? Or, alternatively, how many of you buy like a morning Red Bull? Unfold. Pixel density. Hello, person that rated Mig Creates Game. How you doing? I'm doing good. How are you doing? Sorry, you can't see what I'm doing right now. Here we go. I'm doing wonderful. How are you? Coffee in the morning, tea in the evening. Here, tea is a must. That's fair. I like tea in the evening too. I just have a hard time because we have, like, most of the tea that we have is caffeinated, so, like, finding decaf tea is actually kind of difficult for whatever reason out here. I don't really understand why. It shouldn't be, but it is. So like we when we do find like a decaf, like the current one that I have that I drink at night is this like lavender. Oh, it's lavender something. I don't know. It's like a stress relief tea. It's pretty good though. I like that one in the evenings. I don't have like a ton of stress I need to relieve, but it's tasty tea. Let's see. Let's see. OMG, it looks like you're not a lazy bum like me who uses substance to. Yeah, no. This is. I do everything manually. For the most part. I mean, like some of this is automated. Nope. Nope. Don't do that. I recently broke my caffeine habit with like buying Bang energy drinks every day, so that's been nice. The UVs look clean. Thank you. There's a lot of them. They're getting there. But I appreciate that. Eternal Lord, what kind of stuff do you work on usually, since you're new to the channel? Septic Child, you're a tea person. Okay, alright. Tea's good. I like tea. I'm a tea fiend. Ooh, alright. What's your favorite tea? Let's talk about teas. We have this one tea. Let me see if I can find it. So we have this place called St. James Tea Room. It's pretty cool. It's like one of those like tea experiences that we go to every once in a while. They have this amazing tea that I get all the time. Where is it? No, I don't want to subscribe. What? Bird of Paradise tea? Oh, shit. I'm gonna have to send that to my wife. Yeah, it's called like Lavender Province or something like that. But it's very good. It's a very good tea. And it's caffeine heavy, so it like punches you in the brain. Let's see. I don't have the attention span to spend a long time into projects because I'm so new. Okay, if it'll turn out good or be a waste of time. I mean, that's fair. It takes a while to get used to like working on like long form projects like this, so I totally understand that. It took a lot of like time for me to get to this point. Correction. I like to work on video game art and sometimes code. Nice, super cool. That makes sense for Mig Creates because he does all the like coding and stuff, so that's cool. I am not a coder. I suck at coding, so. Sweetened tea with Splenda. Okay, that's fair. I mean, I also use like, what do I use? I think I use, I think it's stevia, which I've heard is not great for you, but I've got stevia and then monk fruit. I like both of those. Those are good options. But lately we've just been doing sugar because it's what we have and like, isn't the worst thing, but I get in your case, that's a little bit different. Yeah, tea's good. Tea's the shit. I love it. I thought the little laser tower made them look cool, and the materials are just some layer noise and substance design over the gradient map. No, that's cool. It's always, ooh, what happened? It's always interesting because like when I meet people who like do actual like coding for games, they're like, I don't know what you do. It's literal magic to me, and I'm like, that's great because I don't know what you do because it's literal magic to me. So it's like we're on the same page. But that's why it takes so many people to make games, because not all of us are smart like coders, and not all of us are artists like, regular 3D artists. So it just depends on what your skill set is. I do a bit of both. Yeah, that's fair. I have played with Unreal Engine, but as far as like coding and stuff, it's, yeah, out of my league. The closest I get to coding is setting up, what you call it, in Maya. Expressions, so like animation expressions, that's about the closest I get to it, and that's not even real coding necessarily. Like it is still Python based, but not great. Trying to focus on 3D. I started in 3D. Okay, so what do you model in primarily? Like, what's your tool of choice? That is not gonna fit. Okay. You're getting cut a different way. I don't know what happened there, but I'm gonna ignore it. Use Blender, Substance Modeler, VR, and then Substance Painter and Designer. Nice, super cool. Gotta milk the student privileges. That is totally fair. I wish I still had student privileges, but I do not. Which reminds me, I have to pay for Maya in 20 days. Go there. That's why I bought Substance Painter on Steam, though, because now I own it. So if you can buy it on Steam when you're not a student, do it. I don't 3D model in VR for long or else. Yeah, I can't. I've never tried it. I've seen people do it. Personally, never tried it. Never wanted to try it, really. I feel like it would probably also make me sick. I think it's super cool that you can do it. Like, sculpting in VR looks like it'd be fun, but I don't know. I don't know how that works. I don't have a VR headset to try it. Did you... If you guys didn't know, Maya actually has a VR plugin that you can use. I was so tempted if I could get my hands on a headset. I think it stopped functioning after like 2018 though, so it's like kind of meh. Let's see. So this is Rhizome. Heard of it? Haven't seen it. It's a lovely tool. You should try it. Did you hear about Adobe Animate? I heard that they got absolutely obliterated for trying to cancel a product and replace it with AI. Apparently it's the fastest way to block out a sculpt. I could see that. I don't know. I prefer sculpting on my pen tablet when I do sculpt, so... Which I haven't done in a while, and I need to do again at some point. I've been bad. I've been bad about it. Let's see. They made them accessible by releasing the Oculus Quest 3. Oh, that's cool. Interesting. Win for the community. It is and it isn't. So... The thing that I want people to remember with the Adobe situation is that even though they walked their decision back, do not anticipate that they won't make that decision again in the future. Because the way it works is that eventually they will find some way to retire that application. They already have it in their sites. It will go away eventually. So my suggestion... which is always my suggestion when it comes to stuff like that. Find a replacement now. Use, finish your projects and everything like that, but find a replacement now. Because the reality is like, I don't trust that they won't try to kill it again, and they won't just decide like, nah, we're killing it. Yeah, Adobe Animator. So Adobe decided to kill Adobe Animator, and then the community torched them, rightfully so, because... It's apparently quite industry standard for 2D artists. I didn't know. I didn't even know it was still around. But yeah, it caused quite the ruckus. Quite the ruckus. But oh god, what software was it? It was hold on, let me see if I can find it. 2D software. What was it? Moho. So these guys, I don't even know how much their software costs. They took full advantage of it. And they, oh yeah, see, that's not bad. It's a one-time purchase. So as soon as they announced that they were killing it, these guys put out a $100 off coupon. And they were all, come here, come on. You ever made VFX in a game engine? No, not in a game engine. That is something I want to try eventually, but I still do like traditional workflows. So I still do like compositing and stuff, and like I use Fusion for it, but Not in a game engine, not yet. There's a guy I'm watching that's kind of I'm learning off of that does like educational stuff on doing VFX workflows in Unreal Engine, but I don't know. There's still part of me that's just like I don't know. I don't know if that's the future still yet. So it's like grain of salt type deal. Oh, let's see. I think I used Adobe Animator for some random 2D drawing animation class I had to take for this game 3D degree. Almost finished with. Oh, that's nice. We what's up, Brave Visions? When we did our 2D animation class at Full Sail, I will never forgive them for that class because they gave us, it was 2D animation, so obviously we had to do like drawing and stuff, which totally fine, nothing wrong with that. The problem is that we didn't have a software to do that in, so we weren't allowed to do it on the computer. We had to hand draw everything. Totally fine. But we had to scan everything in to upload to said class. And I don't know if you've ever tried to scan an animation in, but with a flatbed scanner, it takes forever. And I spent like 5 hours scanning this 300 frame animation in. I ended up getting like a D on it or something like that. Like, I didn't care about the class, but like to go through that much effort to scan that stupid thing, oh, it was infuriating. So at least you had software. That was the worst. I hated that. What's up, Dorkwing? Thank you for liking the stream. Let's see. Unity and Unreal Engine would be the most for the commercial, but I think Godot is cool. Yeah. You should have sat on photocopier and sent it to your teacher. I know. I wanted to. Modeled a gaming controller yesterday, but man, it was a pain. What do you recommend to start that? By the way, I showed my students your page telling them you're my guru. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. So let's see. Modeled a gaming controller yesterday, but man, it was a pain. What do you recommend to start that? That's definitely one of those objects that I've strayed away from because I just don't want to try that. But honestly, like, I'd handle it the same way that I handled anything else. Like, block it out, figure out your forms, start kind of reducing and adding detail where you can, and just building everything out. Controllers are tough because it's a heavily organic design. Even though it's still technically a hard surface, they're very ergonomically shaped, so you have to be really careful with how you do stuff to avoid pinching and things like that. So I don't quite honestly know how I would approach that because I've never done it. But I don't know, maybe someday I will. Let's see. Yeah, I've never used Godot. I haven't used Unity either. I've played with Unreal. That's about as far as my like game engine experience goes. Just because like I usually do offline rendering, which is why I have so many UV tiles right now. Godot is the easiest for beginners. That's fair. Were they? No, Unity was the one that pissed everybody off last year. I was gonna say it wasn't Godot. Crap. Come on. You're not gonna fit in there, are you? I really want that to work, so I'm gonna cheat it just a tad bit. It really only needs to scale just a tiny bit. Okay. Let's see. They recently upgraded their 3D renderer. Their coding language is very similar to Python. Okay, does it have it has its own, or is it just like... I don't know. I've never looked at it, so I have no idea what it is. I don't think I've heard anything negative about Godot. Yeah, I know it's kind of like the current like open source, like everybody loves it type deal, which is cool. I am all for open source software. Doesn't mean I have to use it, but I'm all for it. Let's see. Ended up doing a retopo so I can have clean topology. I mean, that's fair. I've done that before too. Like, if I've modeled something and like I know the shape is right, but the topology is garbage, I will just retopo it just for the hell of it. So definitely don't blame me there. Sometimes that's all you got that you can do. How much room do I have? Okay. I think I can make that work. I can. Got like a tickle in my throat. That's not fun. GD script, much easier than C++ or C#, or C++ or C#. That's cool. Yeah, I'm a total idiot when it comes to stuff like that, so I have no idea. I think I took a coding course once. It was just like one of those like online ones, but yeah, I quickly figured out that that was not for me. Which is funny because I'm a database admin in my real job, but gotta do what you gotta do to pay the bills. Alright, cool. That's done. That's coming together. We're getting there. Oh yeah, we got plenty of time. Plenty of time. Nope, don't do that. Select all. Select everything. Let's see. It makes you feel better. I'm horrible at both. I mean, that's fair. Yeah, I give people a lot of props who are good at coding because, like, to me, it's for sure kind of like one of those soul-sucking things. What kind of databases do you work with? I usually work with SQL and Oracle. So, like, Oracle SQL. And then, like, regular SQL. I don't think I support anything else. Yeah, I don't really support anything else. Those are usually what I work with. I'm also pretty terrible at that as well. No, I mean, I'm modeling at... Oh, horrible at modeling and coding. No, I got you. Did I hear Oracle? Yeah, you did. Not my favorite thing on the planet. I didn't realize that was as deep as that was. That's going to have to get cut. Sometimes you can get away with it, but not in this case. There's no way. It's too deep. Like that one I can get away with. Company trying to buy Warner Brothers? Yeah. I hope they fail at that. Although I'm not necessarily happy that Netflix is winning at it either. AI makes coding easier? Yeah. It also creates a lot of mistakes. There was actually an article that came out, I think it was yesterday, where they were talking about how like all these companies that fired all their employees are having a hard time because the AI makes more mistakes than seasoned people did. And on top of that, because of the mistakes that it was making, it's causing way more like... It's causing people to spend way more time fixing the hallucinations and the issues with it. So I'm like, why was this even worth it? Like, was it worth it? I don't think it was worth it. You work at big places? Yeah. I mean, I've been working on my IT career for... when did I start? 2011? No, I started earlier, 2008. I've been working in IT for far too long. So yeah, I've definitely gotten around. But I'm very burnt out. So just because I work at big places doesn't mean I'm not fried. Oh, I don't work at Oracle. I don't know if you thought I worked. No, I don't work for Oracle. I'm really happy I don't work for Oracle. How do you get your models from Maya to Rhizome? Because when I export the model from Rhizome, I find it became a single mesh. It shouldn't be. You should be using an FBX. So if you're having issues with an FBX, just check your export settings. Make sure it's not like merging anything. Because yeah, that for sure should not be happening. I didn't realize these were capped. I thought I uncapped all these. No, leave that one. My bad. Every cybersecurity podcast I've watched has an Oracle ad. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. For a company that their software is already basically required for everything, they sure do advertise a lot. Personally, not a fan, but mainly it's because their CEO seems like he's kind of a dirtbag. They will fire employees for now, and when they see that AI makes crazy mistakes, security issues, they will running into hire developers. Well, that's the problem, right? Is because they realize they were wrong, but they also realize they now have like power over the workforce, so they can just hire and fire whoever they want to. So it creates a really toxic kind of environment for developers and, you know, IT employees in general. Because, for instance, like, let's say 4 years ago, right? 4 years ago, if I wanted to find a new job, where I currently work, I could get a job anywhere because of the stuff that I do, the things that I have, the things that I have to handle. Anywhere would hire me. Now, I've been trying for months and like nothing. There's nobody's like hiring. They have a bunch of job postings and either they're so full or they're just dead postings, but nobody's hiring. So yeah, the AI thing is still causing havoc everywhere. It's terrible. You're doing portfolio reviews. They don't have a portfolio, but there is a Discord I can send some pictures on. I'm trying to be better at hand painted. Yeah, absolutely. You're on Twitch. So if you scroll down on Twitch, all the way down into the little panel area where all the Cryptic Visionary panel things are, there's the ones with social media on them. If you click one of those, it will take you into the my links, all my links thing, and there's a Discord invite in there. What's up, Zach? Real, yeah, it's awful. I hate it. It's for sure unfortunate because like I would like to go somewhere else, but there's just nothing available in both industries that I'm comparable in. Welcome back, Crix. What are we doing? Oh, we're topo copying. Okay. You gotta wait for Rhizome to copy. Alright, cool. Alright. I was trying to, like, I felt like I was working on that forever, but it was like 5 different pieces, so. Okay, so this is still engines. So anything over here gets just junked up there. Ow. Something didn't get unfolded there properly. Whoa, what happened? Select similar. What is that? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Oh, wait. What? Oh, no. Did I not? No, I did. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm so confused. Okay. Some of this music is terrible. Okay. It's normal for the tech industry. It happens every few years. Not like this, man. It's never been like this, and I've been in it for far too long at this point. Like, generally, it's pretty easy to, like, pop around, but this is different. It's just me, but when I click the maybe suspicious link, it says username not found. When you do the Discord here, I'll give you an invite code. You can try this instead. Try this one. This is the functional one that I know of. Alright, so what happened here? Because something didn't get unwrapped properly. Oh, shoot. There we go. Okay. Apply that to your buddy. Okay. Sweet. So that's that. That's been pancaked. Alright, let's try this again. Wait, what? Dude, how did that not get cut? What happened? It, like, ignored what I told it to do. That's interesting. Oh, no, you know what happened? Hold on. Select similar. I bet you anything. Yeah, that didn't... Okay. That's weird. Huh. That's fine. Not a big deal. Alright, let's see. Oh, let's see. I think for the art industry, there's just a flood of talented folks, so companies have a huge pool of people to consider and hiring in their hands, unfortunately. Plus the success of Expedition 33, other indie titles with relatively small teams, they probably realize that we don't need huge teams still. Yeah, that's fair too. I don't know. I would like to see some normalization, but I don't think we're going to see that for a while in anything, if I'm being totally honest. But we can hope. It would be nice. Okay, I'm in projects and critiques. Okay, perfect. Give me a second here. Let me finish this off before I look at that. What are you? It's like it's... Okay, no, that's right. Okay. Cool. Alright, I need to get this, like, separated here. Alright, so that's all for that engine. So we're going to just start kind of placing things. Willy-nilly. Put you there. Did I texel density that? Oh, shit. Oh, no. Alright. Actually, didn't make much of a difference. What? Alright. You know, it's really unfortunate is I still have to do the cockpit after this, and I'm not thrilled about it. Okay. Oh, whoa. Okay. Okay, appreciate you doing this. I got some feedback out of why most people get offended by it, but hit me with the truth. No, you're good. Don't worry. I will take a look at it real quick. I usually do portfolio reviews at the end of the month, but we'll take a look at it. Do you want me to show you, or do you want me to show your stuff on stream, or you want me to just keep it off screen? Totally up to you. I don't want to put you out there if you don't want to be out there. Even though you just posted it in the Discord, but you know what I mean. Oh, it don't matter when I get to this. This is marked with the spell. Okay, gotcha. When I send this sculpt, it always gets marked with this. That's interesting. Is it like? Is there like anything I need to be concerned about, like nudity wise or anything like that? Just before I open it. Twitch doesn't enjoy that very much. No. Okay, cool. Just checking. Get this laid out and then we'll take a look. All right. What am I looking like? Fill up 64%, not bad. All right, save. Oh, let's see. Where'd you post it? Should be the new one up top, right? Yeah, there it is. Okay. All right. Let's take a look. Okay, nice. So it looks like you're just getting started with sculpting, so that's cool. So definitely start taking a look at like anatomy stuff. You're going to want to start learning that, especially when it comes to this stuff. I'm not a sculptor, so take my advice with like a grain of salt when it comes to it. But anatomy, number one, for sure. And then controlling kind of your topology. Because it looks like right now you're just kind of like playing with it and learning it, which is super cool. Nothing wrong with that. This is how you get started, so that's good. It's cool that you're playing with texture and stuff now. But yeah, definitely start looking at like breaking down into some more like complex forms and things. And start like actually kind of adding in some detail and not relying too heavily on like textures and stuff, because you really want to make sure that you're still creating the object, right? Like you're still building a game ready asset, but you can still play with detail and add things in there. So don't be too afraid of it. But I think for sure it's probably a good time to start looking at some additional tools and figuring out how to work with them. But what's your main goal? Are you trying to be like a character artist? Like what are you going for? Let's see. My parents got me a drawing tablet for my birthday. Okay, yeah. So I get scared with high topology. Don't get scared with it. The beautiful thing about high topo, especially in games, is you can always retopologize it. Like there's no need to stress with it. I'm trying to find my niche. Okay. Well, do you know what you enjoy so far? Like what sort of stuff are you like really interested in? Hey man, when you model something like, for example, the tank you have made last year, You imagine all the things are inside, or how do you model those types? No, that one didn't get anything on the inside. The tank was all outside stuff. This is actually the first model that I've done the interior for. And I can kind of show you. Where's the... Here, hold on. So you can kind of see the interior here. Oh, jeez. Rhizome is not great with interiors, I'll tell you that right now. So with stuff like this, yeah, I kind of look at reference, I figure out like what people have done, I see what like they did in Star Wars, and then I just try to like match that. So that's kind of how I do that. Let's see, I like the characters, but mainly I love the hand-painted stuff. So you're going for more like a stylized sort of deal. Okay. Well, that's cool. Do you know of Abe Liel? Have you looked at any of Abe Liel's stuff? I'll pull him up. Let me pull him up for you, because he's a good resource for stuff like that. Oh, look, I'm live. Yep, Abe Liel 3D. So he's got a couple of good stuff on sort of like that stylized workflow. He's a super good resource for stuff like that. He's my favorite. Okay, cool. So you're already watching him. So good. That's a good place to start, because he does a lot of that stuff. He's one of the few people I've seen that actually does do that stuff. So super cool. As far as like getting into sculpting and starting to work with that stuff, I would definitely start getting rid of the fear of high topology. For now, right? Okay, you're... Alright, as soon as you're back, let me know. My goat mentioned Abe's cool. I like Abe. He's got some really cool stuff. I've learned quite a bit from him, actually, over the years. Okay, well, that was that. Alright. I'm running out of room, guys. Select these. Ooh, why did it only select 3? That's not good. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. Did I delete one by accident? No? There we go. Okay. Ooh. Scared me a little bit. Okay. I hate stuff like this so much. Okay. This is not... What the fuck? Something happened there. That's okay. I can cut it there. Ooh, what happened there? That's kind of weird. Oh, stuff didn't get merged. That's right. That's okay. I'll work with it. Doesn't look like anything else had an issue, so that's good at least. Alright, so here's one of the things I love about Rhizome. And it didn't work, so that sucks. Sometimes it does. Let's see. Nope, don't do that. Yep, not gonna work on that one. That sucks. It's alright. Sometimes it works. Oh, no, ZBrush crashed? What happened? I've returned. All right, welcome back. So, what I was saying about Abe, yeah, he's a good resource for that. But when it comes down to, like, the sculpting and stuff, don't be afraid of high poly. You can sculpt as high poly as you want to and then retopologize it later on. Have you looked at retopology workflows at all? I did something I shouldn't have. What'd you do? What happened? Boy, I sure love doing this. I knew these were gonna suck, but it's okay. This is an example of something I will stack though. Let's see. I've done retopology. I'm not scared of making the model high poly then retopologing as I'm scared of the finished project being high poly. Okay, that's fair. So you're more worried that you just don't know how to optimize yet. That's okay. I mean, it's going to be something that you have to just kind of figure out and work with and learn. The reality is like as long as you're not making like hyper dense objects, you're probably fine. Just make sure you start learning how to like reduce your edge flow and reduce your topology as much as you can, so you can be as like efficient with it as possible. But yeah, definitely don't be afraid of that stuff. Like, it's part of the process, man. Used a knife brush and I didn't save. Oh, damn. That sucks. Should I just leave these separate? I feel like I should just leave these separate and call it good. Oh, God. I don't know if I want to do this. Maybe. See you later. I gotta go watch Mig, and he'll get mad and say cheap viewers when in on. All right, sounds good, man. Have a good stream. Even if you make hyper-dense objects, you can post it and customize. Yeah, absolutely. Both of my ZBrush sculpts were not, like, optimized at all, but that's also because I just don't care about it. I'm not a game guy. Hopefully you'll come to Mig stream later. I will see if I can. I'm not sure. But thanks for hanging out. It was good talking to you. All right. My eyes are getting tired. And it's only 8:09. What the hell? What the hell, man? I hate fans. They're abysmal to UV. Especially ones with this many freaking blades. But it's okay. Oh, shit. Okay. Almost deselected everything. Alright. Making my way downtown. Woke up this morning to what looked like a bird exploded in my backyard. And I went to go check my camera to see what happened. And it turned out a hawk grabbed a dove and just like brutalized it in my backyard. Crazy to watch. Like I knew we had a hawk. We have like this, I don't know if it's a hawk or a falcon, but like he just like went to town on this bird. It was crazy to watch. Nature's scary. All right, let's see what that does. See how that behaves. All right. Yep, that's a mess. Stack similar. Please. Oh, God. Okay, it's doing nothing. We'll see what it do. Oh no, it didn't do anything. That sucks. That's not good. Oh, they're just different enough. That's real unfortunate. Alright, next plan. Texel density. I'm going to take it up here. I'm going to lay it out in here. Okay. So, obviously... Ew. Oh, I didn't... Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let's cut that out. Oh, shoot. Okay. There it is. Wait. Oh, crap. Hold on. Did I do the wrong... I did do the wrong thing. Damn it. Alright, let's do this. Hold on. Yeah, that's going to be just better for my mental health when it comes to cutting this up, because I'm not going to screw with that. All right. Okay, so that should be separated for the most part now. We're going to grab that. Cut that. Unfold. All right, that's something. I'm just gonna optimize that back into oblivion. Okay. It'll be okay. Cool. Is that the inside? No, that's just one of the outsides. Okay. Where is the inside? Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. So that worked. Sweet. This needs to be cut again somewhere else. Hopefully that's right about in the middle. No. Let's go right here. Cut that guy. It's so thin I can't even select it. Okay, that'll work. Alright, let's see if I can get these to work now. Nope, it doesn't want to. UV with AI would be so much better than for animation. Yeah, it would be. I definitely despise UVs. Okay, well, that's telling me that these are not similar enough to stack, which is honestly probably bullshit, but let's see what the... Both? Come on, do something. Let's try turning that down a little bit. Nope. Cross elements, across islands. Symmetry, inclusion, all. Oh, maybe. Ah! There we go. Oh! See if that works. There we go. Okay. That would have sucked. Oh, man. This is why I love Rhizome, though. It's so easy to just, like, troubleshoot things and get them to work. Those are way bigger than they're supposed to be. Okay. How much? Honestly, I'm gonna give those a little bit more resolution. Just a tad bit. Because, like, this is a fairly simple build that I can just stack everything. Okay. And since I'm working with so many weird objects, I'm going to save. And then we're going to show everything. Select similar. Oh. Oh, I'm sitting like an idiot. My back hurts now. Okay, so that's all of them. Should be all of them anyway. Isolate. It's not all of them. Okay. That's interesting. Did I somehow already... Oh, shoot. Okay. Okay. Move that over here. Texel density. Let's go show. Okay, this... What is this? Doesn't really matter. Okay. It does, though, because it's hovering on a incorrect spot. Okay. So I can select this now. And I can do it to similar. That's probably going to take a minute. Did that actually do what it was supposed to do? No. that's not good. See if that works. It's thinking about it. Let's see if it actually does it. I know you guys can't tell what I'm watching, but there's this little graph thing that's underneath my camera on stream. I think you can see it on, yeah, you can see it on Instagram. Yeah, it's not doing it. Fuck. Okay, well. That ain't good. There's this, okay. So it is doing it for the most part. I don't know why that's being such a pain. Let's do selection. Let's try that. Stack similar. Doesn't want to do that. Cross islands, straight, symmetric, both. Oh, there we go. There's like a certain setting you have to do for each one of these. It's kind of interesting. All right. I'm gonna let this finish up, and then that's gonna be it for the stream tonight. Hoping by next week I should be texturing, so that should be happening next week. Do something. I'm still thinking about it. All right, well, while that's thinking about it, let's see if I can find somebody to raid. See who's streaming art tonight. Let's see. Let's see if we can find anybody new doing 3D art. It's been a minute since I've looked. Anybody tagged Maya? No. Just me. 3D. Live channels tagged 3D. Let's see if we can find anybody. Who do we got? Who do we got? Sculpting in Nomad. Oh, wait, what's this? Well, nobody's really doing 3D. That's always a bummer. So, we're going to raid one of our usuals. Let's see here. Alright, we're going to raid ZS Joey. Raid ZS _ Joey. Alright. everybody on Instagram, thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out tonight. It's been fun talking with you all. So you guys have a wonderful night. That didn't work at all. I'm going to get to figure that out now. But everybody on Instagram, thank you guys. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream for the night. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you all later. And then YouTube, you guys are next. Thank you all for hanging out, as always. What's your name on ArtStation? My name on ArtStation? I stay for the entire stream. Nice! My name on ArtStation is Matt Greist. You can find me this way. Hold on. I show you here. That's my account on ArtStation. So you can find it on my Instagram links too and everything like that. So, but all right, guys. YouTube, thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. I appreciate you. I will see you all live next week. You guys have a wonderful and safe weekend. And then Twitch, hang around because we are going to raid